Hello friends, and welcome to another Global Monthly Video Hop for the month of May. This month's theme is in colours. My name is Tracy.bish and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from Central Victoria, Australia, and I'm so happy to have you here for this month's hop. I'm using the Happiness Abounds stamp set and wool bundle for this one, as well as the gorgeous perfectly penciled DSP. Now this is great because it's all black and white, so you can change it to any colour you would like or just leave it black and white. I think this is a must DSP. So for the card today, I have used all the in colours, but I wanted a really floral theme, but also wanted it a little bit softer than the bright colours that the in colours offer this year round. Alright, so we're starting off with our card kit here. I have basic white thick cardstock as our card base. I've also got some of that Parakeet Party, which is my favourite in colour, for our matting, and then for my sample card I used the Altogether DSP. Now it is no longer available unless you're in the North America, so I've used the penciled or perfectly penciled DSP for this card that we're making today. So I have my card base and I've just scored it. I'm going to add my Parakeet Party piece of cardstock as well as my DSP, and then we're working with the shimmery white cardstock because we are heat embossing the flowers and then using the watercolor brushes to pop a little color down. So I'm using my Stamparatus for this. I thought this was a really good idea to make sure that I had good crisp stamped images, but if you prefer just to stamp your florals, you could do that separately, no real big problem. So I've just added my embossing buddy there to make sure that I don't get any loose powders, and then adding it down with the Versamark ink. Now the great thing is with this Stamparatus tool, you can stamp multiple times and know that you're getting a good clean image, and I really like that for that reason. So we're using black embossing powder to heat emboss with. I think this really makes the images pop, and I love the black. So it comes in the basics embossing powders. So we're just heating it with the heat tool. Once the powders have melted, it goes nice and glossy and shiny, and you'll know that it's done. Because we have the shimmery white cardstock, this holds water quite well. If you go too much water on it, it can peel, but this is a really great alternative. Or we do have the Fluid 100 paper, which is the watercolor paper. So all I'm doing is I'm stamping a few more leaves there because we need a few more in the end. So I just want to quickly say the new in colors that are coming out now, well, they're out now, Starry Sky, Parakeet Party, we have Orchid Oasis, Sweet Sorbet, as well as Tahitian Tide. So a really great selection. I love that they're nice and bright and bold colours. So we're just finishing off. I'm adding the sentiment here, and we're heat embossing the sentiment as well. Okay, so with our watercolouring, all I'm doing is in our lids of our inks, I'm just going to squeeze them together, and our newer stamp pads are a little bit harder to squeeze in, but you can still get plenty of coverage. I'm bringing my aqua painter in, or watercolor pen, and then just adding a little bit of water to the ink, and then doing a nice light wash of color. I will come back in and add a little bit darker in the center just to give it that different shadowy look, but you can spruce this up as much as you want, or just keep it really simple. I have changed my colours around from my sample card because I thought, well, let's do something different, and I really wanted to use that Tahitian Tide as that larger flower because I think that was so nice and soft in the backing, and I wanted to break up those dark blues and purples with the Orchid Oasis and Starry Sky. So that's what I've done there, making them a little bit smaller of the flowers. We're using the Parakeet Party for our beautiful leaves, which, you know, I've got to go with the normal. I could have mixed it up, but that's just not how I am. And as we do these, we're going to pop these dies through to cut them out with the cut and emboss machine. Now, if you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used on today's card, you can purchase them in my online store. Use the hostess code for this month, and I have a wonderful customer appreciation handmade card for you, as well as a bundle tutorial, and there's also on offer right now a free online class for anyone who purchases $50 before postage this month. So, and it's a birthday class, so you're gonna love it. Now don't forget, this is a video hop, so make sure you go into the description of this video and see what everyone else creates with the beautiful ink colors. The other thing is too, is that you leave a comment on each of the participants' blog hop, and if you haven't subscribed to them, please do that as well. I know everyone really does appreciate when people leave comments, leaves thumbs up, and also subscribes if you haven't already, if you enjoy the content that we're creating. So here I am, I'm just coming back in now that it's dried and just adding a little bit more color in the center to make it show the shadows of that flower. So really, really simple. See how this Orchid Oasis, that flower is just gorgeous. The Happiness Abounds bundle actually comes from the Hues of Happiness suite. You can find this suite in the annual catalogue on page 108, 109. It's a gorgeous one. The Happiness Abounds stamp set has 15 photopolymer stamp sets, and the die set, which is Happiness Abounds bundle, or the Blossoming Happiness dies, have 11 dies in them. So super cute. The DSP is absolutely gorgeous as well. So we've just added our layers together. I've got a blending brush with a Parakeet Party ink, and I'm just layering a little bit of color onto that black and white piece of DSP just to break down that colors a little bit. I've actually done this a little bit darker than my sample, so you can choose yourself if you would like it a little bit darker or lighter. And we're adding this down with liquid adhesive again. So we're going to add all these bundles of flowers together, and I'm using a mini glue dot to pop them down. I find they work really well. Once we have them in place, I'm going to turn it over, add some tear and tape down, and then we're going to use the silver trim from the Simply Elegant Twine, the trim bundle, which is back in the annual catalogue. I'm so excited that it's carried over. We're going to create some little loops with that, sticking the loops into the tear and tape on the backing. So this is a really great way to secure your pieces, both with mini glue dots and the tear and tape. And we're going to just place that down onto the front of the card. You could use liquid adhesive. I find for myself it's probably easier mini glue dots. I find I get them all over my fingers, and I have sticky fingers then trying to pick up everything with them. So the mini glue dots work really, really well for this. And you can lay them down on that sheet and just keep pinning them, and then they're ready to go as you pull them off. Now the Tahitian Tide larger flower, I'm using some dimensionals to pop it up onto the card. So this is really easy to do, and it adds that little extra layer as well. So here I am putting the tear and tape on the back. This secures them all together as well, so you're really not going to get any movement once it's secured down on your card. And it doesn't matter where you put it, it either secures it to your card base, or it's securing that twine to the back. Those little swirls that we're having in the background just gives it that little extra bling. Once we get this all down, we're going to add our sentiment, and I'm just going to cut that down to a good size, so just so there's a nice little border all the way around. And to secure that down, because we do have that larger flower is already popped up, I'm actually going to place it down, look where I need it, and then on either side of that large flower I can pop a mini dimensional on each side, and then that way it's secured down. If you want that extra layer, you could either use liquid adhesive in the middle of your sentiment, or you could add some more tear and tape there as well, and that will secure it to your large flower. And lastly, once we're done here, I have topped it off with some gorgeous new embellishments from the catalogue. These ones are the 2022 INKY Matte Decorative Dots. They come in all 5 of the colours. But they're in ombre, so they go from the darkest of the in color right down to the very soft and subtle of the in color. So it's really, really pretty. Those are also a must, I think, in any crafter's cupboard if you're working with the in colors. Now quickly, I just want to let you know as well, right now Stampin' Up has a wonderful deal for anyone who purchases the starter kit. You're going to get a free gift pack on top of your starter kit, which has all your INKY, your INKY cardstock, grid paper. There are so many goodies on there. Your Stampin' Up starter kit is $169, but you get to choose $235 worth of product of your choice. You also get the free goodies and free shipping. So fantastic offer. I'll have all the details in the description of this video if you're interested. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed my card. Go over and check out everyone else's projects, and I hope to see you back here again real soon. Bye bye.